Hello everyone, welcome to Homework Help. If you find the videos useful, please subscribe to the channel. So in this video, we'll solve this problem based on the concepts on vectors in R2. So as per the problem, determine the value of x and y in each of the following. So let's start with part A. So we have to find the value of x and y in this vector equation. So on the left side of this equation, we have to do scalar multiplication for the two vectors. So for the first vector x comma 1, we have to multiply both components by 3. So we get, and then in the next one, we have to multiply both components by 5. So 5 times 2 is 10 and 5 times 3 is 15. Now there is nothing we can do on the right side, so that vector stays as it is. Now we can subtract the vectors on the left side, and for that we should subtract the x component and the y component. Now these two vectors are equal to each other if their x components are equal and their y components are equal. So we can use this information to write an equation for their x components and another equation for their y components. So their equation for the x components is so we can solve for x. So we can add 10 to both sides. So the 10s on the left side get cancelled out. So 11 plus 10 is 21. And now we can divide both sides by 3. And 21 divided by 3 is 7. So this is the x value for the first equation. Now we can write the equation for the y component. Now we can subtract 3 from both sides because we want to isolate y. And now we can divide both sides by negative 15. So y equals negative 2. So these are the x and y values for part A. Now we can analyze part B. So we'll start by doing the scalar multiplication on the left side for both vectors. So we'll multiply both components in the first vector by negative 2. And in the second vector, we'll multiply both components by 3. Now we have to subtract the vectors on the left side. So we'll subtract their x components and y components. Now in the vector on the left side, we can combine the y terms. Negative 2y minus 3y is equal to negative 5y. Now these vectors will be equal to each other if their x components are equal to each other and their y components are equal to each other. So we can start by writing an equation for the x component. Now we can solve this equation to find the value of x. So we should add 18 to both sides. Now we can divide both sides by negative 2. So we get x equals negative 12. Now we can write an equation for the y component. So we can sub in x as negative 12 in this equation. Negative 2 times negative 12 is positive 24. Now we have to isolate y, so we should subtract 24 from both sides. And now we can divide both sides by negative 5. So this should be the final answer for value of y for the second equation. So these are the steps you have to keep in mind to solve a problem like this one. So I hope you'll find this video useful. Please share it, like it, and subscribe to Homework Help. Thank you very much and have a nice day. Bye.